Welcome back to ManaTutor MTG Draft. Today we're doing our first takes on Edge of Eternities, where we try to improve your early format win rate as much as possible in under 10 minutes. Let's get to it! The first takeaway to win more is to play the bank colors, green, white, and blue. Let's look at the color performance. Green is clearly outperforming all the other colors, winning by over a full percentage point over the rest at 56.1%. Next, we have white and blue at 54.9% and 54.6% respectively. And lastly, we have red and black at 54.2% and 54.1%. What's causing green to stand out? Creature stats. This format is similar to Aether Drift in that the big creatures outclass the smaller ones. While, as is the case with all modern Magic, you still prefer to have a 2-drop, this isn't a format where you feel far behind if your first play isn't until turn 3. Green has the biggest creatures for its mana cost, and since green's removal are fight and bite spell-based, it can also remove big creatures. See Milt Rider's Resolve and Diplomatic Relations as an example. Even Seed Ship Impact can remove big artifact creatures, and there's plenty of those, and enchantments. Green also has lander tokens to help you ramp into your big threats. White, while a bit smaller, is comparable to green when you take into account all the +1/+1 counters running around, and its removal in All Fate Stalker, Banishing Light, and Radiant Strike also killing big things. Blue, while a bit smaller than green and white, comes with card draw into your bigger threats and the lands to play them. Be on the lookout for big threats like Mouth of the Storm and Gigastore Titan, and card draw like Codecracker Hound, Cryogen Relic, and Ulthros Scanship, or removal like Tractor Beam and Cryo Shatter. So why are red and black falling behind? They don't have creatures with efficient stats. While you don't necessarily need to get on board by turn 2, creatures with stats are important to snowball your advantage. High power creatures station your spacecraft to get more power on board. The player with the most stats on board sets the tone. They get to decide, am I ahead enough to play the mid-range aggro game and attack my opponent such that they can't afford to tap their creatures to station their spacecraft? Or do I want to win by out-resourcing my opponent in the long game by stationing my spacecraft? Black has half of the equation with good removal to limit the opponent's board, but ultimately lacks the stats itself. Red has some stats, but much of its removal, like Plasma Bolt and invasive maneuvers, can't hit the big creatures opponents are playing. Next, let's take a look at the archetype performance. But before we do, I want to remind you to like and subscribe. Your support is what keeps me motivated making content like this for 20 cents an episode, so please like and subscribe to get me to 21 cents per episode. Now on to our archetypes. Green-blue, green-white, and red-green are the top tier decks. Green-blue is strongest as the most resourceful color pair. This color pair looks particularly good at playing a sort of a tempo game, using green for stats and blue to bounce or tap your opponent's board with cards like Specimen Freighter, Lost in Space, and Mechanizoa. It also doesn't need spacecraft for card advantage, as blue plays that role. Green-white is similar to blue-green, but its second spell and +1/+1 counter synergies draw out cards with Sunstar Lightsmith, Halia Ascendant Cadet, and Miltstrider Eulogist. Red-green has the ramp to play expensive spacecraft, and it needs it. Pinnacle Killship goes from being a C+ average card to an A card in this deck. You need good things to ramp to, and there's less available to act as card advantage. White-blue is the aggro deck keeping the format honest. You want to dump your hand out as fast as you can, draw more, and find ways to cheat mana costs with cards like Uthros Psionicist and Gigastorm Titan. You can outrace the green decks with these cards. Black-green is similar to red-green in that it relies on spacecraft for its card advantage. Fell Graveship and Pinnacle Killship shine here. White-black just looks like attrition. Play a bunch of 2-for-1s, hope you're the last one with resources, equip Hilderblade to outmatch your opponent's remaining resources, and play Servandum. Black-red looks like a less powerful version of the white-black plan. And blue-black, red-white, and blue-red I'm avoiding for the next 2 weeks until people adjust to green being the best color and limit the power of those decks. In summary, I'm looking to play all 4 green decks, 3 white decks, 3 black decks, 2 blue decks, and 2 red decks. I'll start in green or white when possible. I'm still favoring blue over black, even though I'm open to more black decks because of 2 reasons. I think the blue decks are more powerful than the black decks, and blue is a deeper color. And I'm going to continue soft avoiding red. But hey, if I'm able to start in green, I'm happy to shift into red. Lastly, I want to discuss spacecraft, as they were the most difficult card type to grade in the set. In my last pre-release episode, I got about 2/3 of the 12 common and uncommon spacecraft right, but 4 of them wrong, and I want to review the ones I got wrong, all of which I overrated. Debris Field Crusher is worse than I thought. The 3 damage it deals isn't enough to kill what matters in the set. Atmospheric Greenhouse just isn't good. Stats matter, but you shouldn't be reliant on already having a bunch of stats out in the form of many creatures to make a card good. Rescue Skiff just isn't good in this set. I compared this with Back on Track and Aether Drift. Unlike Aether Drift, there isn't enough ways to reliably ensure your graveyard has a creature worth bringing back. And I guess I'm wrong on Galvanizing Sawship. I'm still honestly surprised this card is a D- when Nova Hellkite is a bomb in this set. Don't get me wrong, I clearly see that the Hellkite is a better card, I'm just surprised the difference spans the entire grading scale. I can tell you, one of my top ranked opponents killed me, surprising me with 12 damage with 2 of these. Anyways, that's all for today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and see you next time, perhaps when the metagame shifts. See you then.